Hello and welcome back to Joe Knows the Cryptos. I'm Crypto Joe. Today we're going to talk about a couple projects that I'm in. I'm also going to talk to you about the future of this channel. And as you can see, I have a slightly new look. I'm just trying to develop my little sector behind me. This has been a work in progress and you'll see it evolve over the coming episodes. That being said, this was, for me, a very eventful, uneventful week in the cryptos for me, okay? I have a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to catch up in this new year. And so I looked at a bunch of different projects this week, and I decided that I'm going to stick to the basics of what I love to do. And really what I've evolved into is I love talking about crypto trading bots. I love talking about real trading of crypto that you have in your exchanges. So with no further ado, let's get right to it. And let's talk about the first one that I'm in. It's called Eazybot. And this isn't really something that I'm in. Eazybot is software. So I don't want to really, talk in circles here. But Eazybot, for those of you who've watched my show before, you know I talk about Eazybot a lot. Eazybot is software that through an API sends a signal, a trade or a buy and sell signal to your exchange where you keep your funds to trade crypto. So it has an algorithm that it uses to trade. So it's emotionless and it just makes the decisions for you. Now, it is a DCA type martingale bot. So it buys in. And if the crypto goes down, it will buy more. At certain, ratios, it'll buy more on the way down and it'll sell it back on the way up. So buy low, sell high. It makes sense. Now, sometimes those bots get stopped. Or sometimes you run out of USDT depending on how much you funded with it. So the premise of these bots is that it takes USDT from your account and buys, the underlying crypto that you want to trade, and it sells it back into USDT. Sometimes it's USD. It depends on how you set it up. But I'm typically USDT and a crypto. So let me show you this. And this last week, because the crypto took a bit of a fall last week, I'm more on the risk adverse side when it comes to trading bots that I control. In other words, I don't leverage these trades, so to speak, with actual margins. And I don't, I only do long positions. I only sell winning trades. I don't get out of a trade and then, have losing trades. These trades are all typically 99 point whatever percent winning trades, 99.9% winning trades. So in this week, you'll see these little red dots. That means that the bot is inactive because it went below the point, or I actually stopped some of them because I didn't know how low crypto is going to go this week. And I'd rather just be out of the market, wait for it to bottom out, or turn it back on when it gets back to the levels these bots are at. And I'll give you an example of that, like AVAX. If we go into here, I'm going to increase the size so you might be able to see it a little better. Okay, AVAX. So I bought, my last buy was at 42.36 and it was a cover. I bought 12. I spent about $535 in this singular trade. And so right now, that 42.36, if you look at the cost of AVAX, AVAX or Avalanche, sorry, I just call it AVAX, it's at 32.84, significantly down. Well, last week I wanted to see how low it could go. So if you look at this thing, it went up and up and up, and I made a ton of money. By the way, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just showing you what I do with this trading bot. If you want to get into Eazybot, there's a referral link down below. You can register. You can get 2 free bots for 45 days. Check it out. You don't have to do that. You don't have to spend money on it. Crypto is very risky to trade. No one gets mad at me when I talk about these types of things, but the reality is that I have to say these things because this is my risk. You're totally different. Your situation's different than mine. I'm an accredited investor. I do other investing things. This is my high risk portfolio stuff. The only stuff you're going to see me talk about is super high risk, whether it be the lower high risk or the higher high risk. The higher high risk are gamble plays that I get into occasionally that, it's akin to putting money on black at the roulette table. You might win, you might lose. And I understand that risk. Some of those plays you want to get in quick and get out quick on the gamble, the high risk crypto stuff. This, as far as high risk crypto stuff, to me, because you control it, it is risky trading crypto, but because you control your funds and technically these exchanges aren't going to run off with your money. They could, but because you control it, I consider it on the lower risk of the high risk stuff. Okay. So I love these trading bots, and I'm trying to get more and more involved in these trading bots. So going back a step. Oh, and by the way, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe now. We're going to figure out this trading thing together. I'm going to use bots, and I'm going to share my strategies along the way. So right now, AVAX, as you can see, or Avalanche, was at 8.25. Was at $8, and then it just, that was 2 years ago. No, that was last year. That was right here. Yep, 2023 October. It was $10. And then it went up and up and up and up. It hit a high right around 50, 5x, right? Now you're seeing it trend down. So it goes sell, 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 buy back in, sell, sell, buy, sell, 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 buy, sell, buy. Now that trend was up. Now the trend is sideways to down. So I was a little nervous to get back in. Where can this fall back down to? I'm not sure. So that's why I turned my bots off, because I don't want it to spend a bunch of money right now not knowing the direction. So that's how I think about these things. All right. So it's at 32.81. Now remember, back here I showed you that my last trade was about $10 or 25% lower. So unless this Avalanche goes up to what I say, 42.36, goes above that, I'm not going to sell. So I'll sit there patiently and see what happens. Obviously, after the Bitcoin ETF spot approval, all these things, it was the buy into the news, sell the, I forget how that saying goes, but someone can correct me down below. But, a lot of people were buying into the rumor, and they were selling the news. That's what it is. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Well, I'm a long hold on Bitcoin. So I have Bitcoin, but I bought in, I made money on the way up on all these cryptos. And then as it started to drop, it started to deplete my USDT. So I turned the bots off to see how low it can go. So I'm 30% below the market moving average. And I have other pieces of, I have, let's go back. If you go back here, you can see I own stuff at 47, 48 at the height. So it's going to be a while before those sell off, but I still own the underlying asset. So I could sell it right now at a loss, but why would I do that? To me, it's something that will pay off later when these sell. So that's that. So I can lower my dollar cost average by putting USDT into my Binance account and letting these things buy back in. And I'm probably going to do that in another couple. I'm going to see the direction of the market, and then I'll probably do that. I have a bunch of money sitting on the sidelines that I'm going to dump back in here. But I do think that crypto is going to be a bit sideways, for a little while. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. So all in all, I did not make a ton of money with my Eazybot this week. I could have, had I dumped more USDT in there and to play those little market moves. But right now I made a very teeny tiny one trade with Shiba Inu. I put about $100 in. I let Shiba trade a little bit, and it made a little bit of money. The fees on that, because it was such a small amount, the gas fees and the SSF fees ended up being $1. So I really made $1.82. It was about $1 in fees. And this is not much to talk about. But what is much to talk about is something I'll talk about at the end here. Now, Quopi, dead. It is truly dead. It is truly dead. So we're not going to talk about that. Okay. Revtoken, you've heard me talk about this one before. They're going through some team changes, and they have big ideas. I know the team is, when you build a team, there's 4 stages of team building. And you probably read this, and if you went to business school or if you work in a business, you probably know that there's the forming stage when everything's great. You just got hired on, the team just got formed together, and everyone loves each other, and it's great. Then there's the storming phase, and that's when people are trying to figure out their boundaries. Who's really in charge, and what are they in charge of, and can I step over the boundary? How much will I get hurt? There's power struggles and things like that. And a lot of companies don't make it out of the storming phase. A lot of teams don't make it out of the storming phase. And then once they get past, if they do get past the storming phase, they get into the norming stage. And that's where things start to normalize, and people understand where their boundaries are, who's in control of what. And then if they continue on that track, they'll end up in the 4th stage, which is performing. And so this Rev team, I love to see them get through a storming phase, get to norming and performing because they have great ideas, and I'd love to see them make it happen. All right, next, this is the last time I'm going to talk about BNB All-Stars. Why? Not only have I ROI'd, I had about a 15% return in 130 days. When did I start? I've been in this one for a long time. It was a lot of work. I only had $100 in on this one, 100 measly dollars. And so this is why it's done, because it has $130 left. So some lucky soul's going to get to pull their money out, but it was as high as 53,000. This is a true ROI D app. I got in for fun, my own cash, not sponsored event. I don't know if anyone followed me into this, and I'm okay with that. That's not why I did it. I just wanted to play the game every day. So I got to play every day, and that was a lot of work. Won't do that again with that small amount. So done with BNB All-Stars. Not going to talk about it anymore. All right. I'm in another bot trading protocol. It's called Pionex. If you're not in Pionex, check it out. This is not financial advice, not your financial advisor. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. This is my money. This isn't sponsored content, yada, yada, yada. But I put $800 in there to trade Bitcoin and Aave, AAVE. And I'm losing money in both. Okay, I'm losing money in both, but not bad because it's market fluctuations. Now, there's two ways to look at this. Okay, the first way is this is how much I put in, $800. Current market value is $745, so I'm down $55 or about 6.88%. That's market fluctuations. It's a grid trading bot, and it trades on these small grids that buys and sells within the grid, but if I look at trade profit alone, now don't worry about the appreciation or depreciation. The trade actually kicks out USDT. So how much USDT did my $800 make that's currently worth $745? It made me $3.11. That's about 0.42% return. Now, Eazybot only made me 2.88. I'm said to have $7,200 at risk, but really it's not truly all at risk. It's in trades. So I guess it's the same amount, but this has only made me 0.04%. And to be comparing, my Pionex made me 0.42% with the same kind of parameters. Excuse me. Gosh, I'm going to have to edit that out. I probably won't, though. All right. So 0.42%. That is not a lot to write home about, but if I upped this, let's say I had another zero there, that'd be $30 on $7,000 in a sideways market. Not terrible, but I'm not sure if I'm going to put more money in this or not. There's some things I like about it, some things I don't. I'm only in it for a couple weeks, so we'll see where we go from there. I am working to bring on 2 other trading bots, but we'll get into that a little bit at the very end here. So look, trading, this is my final thing I'm going to talk about is Coinbase. I bought some, or I have some, I put about $10,500 in Bitcoin and Ethereum in there. And the Coinbase, it's currently worth $9,848. Now this is my control. This is my hold. All right. I'm not doing anything with this. I'm just holding it. And because people always like, why don't you just buy the crypto? Wouldn't you have done better? No, typically I don't. So this will prove it. This I'm down 6.21%. It's the pure hold play. And you'll see over time what this does and what this Pionex does. I'm going to get rid of all this other noise here eventually, as soon as I figure that all out. So you're going to be able to compare and contrast the trading bots I'm working on. The more the merrier. So I want to compare different systems. I am still a big fan of Eazybot. I'm such a big fan of Eazybot that I have a special guest that we're doing an AMA this week. And I'm going to be more promoting that more, but I'm speaking with the CEO of Eazybot this week to do an AMA, to tell you all the questions you want to know. So if you have specific questions, put them down below that you want to know answers to. Join me in the Discord. My Discord server's information is also down below. Excuse me. So, God, I'm like scratchy throat. I don't know about you, but I've been a little sick this January. I am doing dry January. I don't know if you've ever had this, But if you want a beer-like drink, this one's phenomenal. It's Athletic Brewing Company. I'll put a link down below. I'm a big fan of them. It's gotten me through dry January and beyond. So I'm not drinking much at all, and those things super help because they're delicious. Anyway, long story short is that bots are going to be one major part of this podcast. And trading real cryptos in real accounts, there's no need to a lot of these DeFi projects that say they're going to do it for you. The thing is, they just offer such sweet returns, it's hard to say no. So I'm probably going to dabble in a few super high risk. And I don't want to hear people say, oh, you're just shilling high risk stuff to make money. Yes, I'm trying to make money in the DeFi and sharing with you what I'm doing. I don't understand what part of that people don't get. If you go into a casino, if you bet on horses, you understand that there's an inherent risk. You either win something or you lose something. There's not a whole lot in between, and so the same with these DeFi plays. If you do a 7 to 20-day lockup or whatever it is, you might get your money back and you might not, but the reward is so sweet. Sometimes you just have to try. And so I'm going to be more transparent with that. And I've been pretty good so far. I mean, I tell you exactly which accounts are sponsored. I mean, my money was in Quopi. They did not sponsor me. That was my own funds I put into Quopi, and I shared that with you, and no one seemed to have a problem with that. So I'm trying to figure this all out, but I will tell you that these bots, because they're trading real cryptos and with the legitimacy with a Bitcoin ETF, I think you're going to see a lot more people get into this. And the DeFi projects will probably exist for a while until they're regulated out of existence or into harder existence. And just like that BNB All-Stars, I mean, that's a Ponzi. I mean, you can call it an ROI DApp or whatever you want, but last one in is going to provide liquidity. So I'm not going to get into a lot of those projects if I can avoid it. But some of these little gamble plays, I mean, someone's got to win and someone's got to lose, unfortunately. And I hate seeing people lose their money. And I don't want to be a part of people losing their money, but that's why you watch me and watch me win or lose money. That's all it is. So that's all I got. The big takeaway from today is that the bots, I think the bots are the future of crypto trading. I think crypto is going to be around. These are my opinions. I'm entitled to them. I think crypto is going to be around for a while. Now that Bitcoin has been legitimized, that's why I just bought and held Bitcoin. People are like, well, it hasn't gone up. I was supposed to go to the moon. Give it some time, people. These traders are trying to figure it out. And it's not wide stream or widely available just yet. I mean, it is widely available, but it's for the mainstream. It isn't really widely accepted yet. And that will change, in my opinion, again. So to wrap it up for like the 5th time, bot tradings. I'm going to do a lot of bot trading. I'm going to figure out the right bots. I'm going to figure out how to use them. I'm going to share you with you what I'm doing and how it's working for me. I'm going to get into some crazy gamble-like rug plays, and I'll tell you that's what it is. And you can get mad at me for shilling that to try to make money, but it is, if I tell you, look, I am gambling. This is a gamble play. You might win or you might lose. I just don't get why people get out of sorts on that. I just don't get it. And if I want to lose my money, let me lose my money. Doesn't mean you have to. In the meantime, check out Eazybot. The link's down below. Check out, if you're trying to get away from alcohol, check out Athletic Brewing. This stuff is delicious. I'm sure you've tried it. Non-alcoholic beers are everywhere now. It's going to, certainly help me reduce my alcohol intake. Not that I had a problem. Everyone says that. But I just wanted to drink less. I feel way better now. So that dry January is going to get extended. And you've probably seen me in past videos drinking whiskey on here. And I haven't done that in a long time because just trying to cut back. Anyway, that's all I got. Hope you got some value in this and enjoyed it in some way, shape, or form. Like, share, subscribe, do all those things. And I'll see you next time.